Background security check or screening is an emerging industry in Kenya. And you know what that means? There's plenty of business opportunities still. So if you're thinking about business, well, here's an opportunity for you to learn a thing or two from Victoria Mulwa, who is the founder and CEO of Arup Group.
Arup Group is a background checks and due diligence company. Our core business is to give you an assurance that the person you have employed, the person you are going to employ, the person you will engage with has the capacity and the qualifications you are looking for.
What's the size of the background security check industry in Kenya?
Background checks is an emerging industry, very promising with a very bright future. This is mainly so because of the employees' dynamics. You find that there are lots of forgeries, there are a lot of frauds, employees are forging documents, there are lots of degree certificates from River Road. People even purport to have worked in companies where they never worked to make sure they convince you that they have the experience you are looking for. We also have dynamic in crimes. Criminals are getting smarter day after day. And not to forget the cyber security, it is on the rise. So what I can say, there is a lot to be done to ensure that we have safety and that we protect our people and our businesses.
Can you please tell us about the various screenings that companies prefer to secure?
Generally, I would say identity check is the beginning, is the foundation of all the checks, whereby you establish the person you are looking at. An identity check is not just the identity number. There is the image of the person in that ID. There is a thumbprint, which our forensics use to confirm or to match with the individual we are looking at. We have previous employment checks where we reach out to the former employers, where they give us details of how long you worked, how well you worked, were you terminated, the reason for exit, can they re-employ you? We have reference checks whereby we reach out to the people you put in your referee as your referees. You should ensure that you put people known to you, because we have cases where people put big names to please the employer, and when we reach out to those people, they have no idea of who this person is. So those are the major things. I would say mandatory, identity, criminal check, employment, academics, and reference checks.
Right. In Kenya, which are the industries that most need your services? And as an expert, would you also advise those coming in to choose a market niche?
Everybody looks for security because we need safety and we need protection. It starts from our homes. How well do we know the people we are engaging with, our domestic workers, our house managers? And then when it gets to the corporate, how well do you know the people you are employing? Do they carry the qualifications? Do they have the capacity to do what you want to engage them for? So you need background checks. Are you doing business? Are you doing mergers with other associations? You have to do due diligence to know them, that if these industries or these companies you want to engage with are legally registered, and you get to ascertain who are the real owners. Do you want to buy property, cars, land, houses? You have to do due diligence to make sure you are dealing with the right owner of such property as per the details in the registrars or in NTSA. So security is all round. It is required everywhere. You need to do risk analysis. You're already in business. You just have to know what are the threats that may threaten you. You may be comfortable now. That will require a security professional. Even architects and other professionals need security people to guide them when they're building houses, that you have the doors, you have the exits, you have the parkings strategically with a security high. So security is everything, and everybody requires security.
If one decided to start a background security check business today, how would you advise them to go about it?
Every success of a business starts with the passion. Are you passionate about it? So it starts with the individual who wants to start the business. Unlike before, where someone could just have money and start a security firm, nowadays you have to be registered with the Private Security Regulatory Authority, where you will meet some requirements, thresholds, which will guide you on how to be in the industry. But beyond that, I would advise anyone joining security to be fully equipped with knowledge, know-how on how to act or how to perform. Do certifications. There are quite a number. Personally, I'm triple certified by ASIS, CPP, PCI, PSP. All those give you advanced knowledge of what you are supposed to do.
Let's talk about numbers now. When you're getting into the business, how much do you need to part with? And also, how do you determine the revenue potential for the business once you start?
Wow, that one is a tough one. But investment required for background checks, forming a company, will vary, because you will have to factor in the space where you want to do the business from, the human capital, the people you want to engage with. Do you want to deal with experts, qualified, or the nature, the caliber you want to take? There are licenses, local and international. There are association memberships, and the equipment you require to use for the checks. So I can say at a lower limit, you need at least to have around 500,000, and that can at least get one started, and then you grow your base as determined by the quality of the checks you want to give and the clients you are eyeing. Because even pricing is dependent on the quality, the details you want to put in your reporting. So that's what brings the value ama the unique preposition, depending on various companies doing exactly the same thing. Pricing might differ, but how is the quality is what is very key. Listen to your clients. Know what they want, not what you want to give them. Innovation is very key. Be innovative, tech-wise, or even standards and the practices on the ground. Be consistent with what you do it very well. Ensure you have that unique preposition from your competitors in the market, that you get a bigger pie of the market, but more so serve as well.
Kenya, one of the lands that people still argue, is it an emerging market, frontier market, is it established yet? That debate can be settled right here on this particular show, The Trading Bell. What we do is that we speak to the people who are making